I'm your hostess, Talya Ginsburg, and I'm very excited about my dress. Every time I wear this dress, I'm just automatically in a good mood. This is a secondhand Jessica McClintock dress, and it brings me a lot of joy. And the problem about me is I buy clothing exclusively based on what I like versus what I have practical, everyday use for. And so the result is, you're probably wondering, oh, where do you wear that? Thank you for asking. CVS, Target, my bedroom. I could go on. It brings me joy. I probably shouldn't just wear a cap because it's nice. I don't want to ruin it. But anyway, I do love this dress. And I'm going to say this in my defense. I spent a really large portion of my life severely hating the way I look. And I don't mean that in poor me. I was insecure, so I wasn't able to express myself through fashion. I understand there are bigger issues in life, but all I'm trying to say is that now that it was a little debilitating. I honestly just meltdowns and, but now that I'm at peace with myself, I just want to wear what makes me happy. I guess that's simple enough, but yeah, it's funny because I do feel like there's this cliche, at least I have this cliche, that every woman with a podcast or some sort of long form talking platform on the internet has one episode where it's how to love yourself and be confident. Wonderful, good, important things, yes, but I don't know, sometimes they're uplifting and sometimes it makes me a little eye rolly, to be honest, because I think for me, the line is, okay, what is the intention? Some of them it's oh, okay, maybe how to feel good about yourself so you can stop wasting time worrying so much about what you look like and redirect your attention towards actual important things. Or sometimes I'm I don't know, are we just all this, you're beautiful, are we just reinforcing this idea that how you look is oh so important and so valuable, and and also I'm sure there's also an advertising part of that as well. It's also, probably banking a little bit on all of that stuff. So I don't know, it really is tricky because it's a gray area. When people say oh, looks don't matter, how you look doesn't matter. Well, that's not true, because do they matter in the scheme of life? Family, love, friendship. No, it's not meaningful in that way, but in society, it can severely change someone's quality of life. Victoria's Secret models, people literally call them angels. I have never been called an angel in my life. Probably also in part because of my behavior, but still, call me, why am I not an angel? But also there's studies, they call it the halo effect, that people who are really beautiful are more likely to get a job or are perceived as nicer. Just people have automatic better assumptions about them. Although sometimes I do the opposite thing. Sometimes when I see someone who's really beautiful, I'm she's probably a bitch. And then the worst is when you meet someone who's beautiful and then she's just a sweetheart and you're oh, great. No, I can't hate you. I'm joking. But yeah, I guess it is a tricky thing. I think something that could be helpful is, instead of thinking, oh, I want to look the best, just think I want to look my best. Because there is truth that I'll speak for myself. When I feel good about myself, how I look, I do carry myself differently. I have more of a confidence that impacts other compartments of my life, because unfortunately when I am feeling bad about myself, it does affect other parts of your life. So you don't want that, but it's also who cares about being beautiful? It's not important. So I think it's more just wearing stuff that makes you feel comfortable, confident, just presenting yourself in a way that makes you feel good about yourself. I like myself enough where I'm completely happy with myself, and I also don't have any delusions about what I look like. And we all have our own journeys, so whatever makes you happy, but there's gonna be a lot. I'm not, woo, I'm also not ugly. No one's gonna scout me off the streets to model for a Vogue campaign, but I don't think anyone looks at me and goes, yuck. Mostly because that would be societally frowned upon, but also, so there you have it. Although, I'm gonna tell you a story. A couple winters ago, I was very casually seeing this guy, and I had this running bit where every time I saw him, I'd be so, what am I? 1 to 10, how attractive am I? What am I? And he would always do the correct thing, which is lie and say 10. Gentlemen, I don't care if you're dating the swamp monster herself. You tell her she's a 10 or 11 or 12 or anything above that, but do not be honest. So he'd always say 10. And I want to preface this by saying that the only reason I asked him this was because there was clearly no longevity Because that question, that's asking for trouble. That is a tricky question. He, there was no romantic connection. He was like moving in a month or something. He was gonna be 30 in the summer, so just like different phase of life, blah, blah, you know what I mean? Just like, anyway, but nice guy. But, so every time I would ask him that, and one time I asked him, I was like, come on. I was like, what am I, 1 to 10? And he goes, 10. And I go, if I was a 10, I would not waste a waking moment not posing for photographs. Ka-ching money, that's all I would do. I would just nonstop take advantage of that situation. And he goes, okay, fine. 7. 7. 7. When I tell you, aghast, shocked, taken aback, a 7. I stopped talking, not good, rolled over, and I went to sleep. A 7, the audacity. And here's my issue with 7. I feel like almost everyone self-identifies as a 7, and this is math, okay? This is real math. So if everyone thinks they're a 7, really they're all 5s, because they're average. So I was like, he is unknowingly calling me a 5. And I think that's pretty accurate. I think I'm pretty average, but he can't say that. Anyway, there you go. That's that. I don't know what the intent of this episode was. It wasn't uplifting, inspiring. Really, I said nothing of value. Although that never stops me from speaking anyway. And I do think that is uplifting, inspiring, and valuable. So there you go. I'll say this. You know, I used to care a lot more about how I look and I want so badly and blah. And I gotta just say, I'm old. I'm tired. I don't have time to care. So there you go. Cool. Well, thank you so much. And I'm very excited for our next episode. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.